as we're getting ready, I'd love to know how many of you, this is your first year at the Conscious Life Expo? Wow, welcome, welcome. And how many of you have been to the Conscious Life Expo more than 3 times? Woohoo, nice. Very nice. Well, all are welcome here. And is everyone so excited about this rabbit hole? It is so awesome. And thank you, Brandy, and to all the Conscious Life Expo staff that's helped put this together. It is such a blessing and gift. And it's so fun, and something you all should know. Have any of you wanted to bilocate because sometimes there's 2 workshops or 2 speakers happening and you really want to do both? Or you're like, you know someone that would just love to hear a workshop, or it's so yummy you want to hear it again. They're doing DVDs. So it's a great way to share this forward and pass it on. That's why they're filming every one of these. And they'll be sending you more info about that, and there's going to be a booth where you can pick them up. Okay, as we begin, first let's all take a nice deep breath. And I would love to officially say, welcome to the Conscious Life Expo 2024. And it is my honor and privilege to get to introduce these 3 gorgeous goddesses. And you all are getting like double scoops of ice cream here. First, they're going to have the Wealthy Living Academy. And that's with Erica Olson and Adriana Gentile. Ta-da! Our sparkling silver ladies. And then Pam Dillon will come on with the quantum energy healing and what you need to activate your highest self already lies within you. So let me just tell you a little bit about these angels. First, our Wealthy Living Academy. Instead of reading this, I just want to share with you the passion I felt when I read it. How many of you are excited about creating wealth and making a difference? Their passion is to find people that want to help the world be a better place through creating wealth and activating that. So you are in the right place about conscious, inspiring, inspirational wealth building to really make a difference. It says, shift your perspective on wealth and creation and learn the quantum mechanics of a toroidal business plan and expand your mind around your God-given gifts, the value you bring to the cosmos, and how to increase its exchange for the 3D expression of currency, money, and reminding you that wealth has a multitude of meanings, and they are here to help all of us to succeed in everything. Pretty awesome, huh? That's our academy. And then to tell you more about Pam Dillon, yeah. All right, so she's going to pull this up because what I just read about Pam and her quantum energy healing, it's really profound. You all are in the presence of 3 masters. Are there any other dragons in the room? She's a dragon. I'm a dragon. And this is the year of the wood dragon. Okay, thanks for your moment. Pam is a quantum healer with a background of consciousness, and it's based in energy medicine. Her modalities include body talk, shamanic arts, energy healing, and DNA activations. Pam helps you to learn how to walk a multidimensional way that's through one-on-one work and group healing, events, and retreats. Are you all ready for this incredible expansion of your wealth consciousness? And to be like activated into your next gifts and your highest potential? Let's first welcome Erica and Adriana. Woohoo! Let's give them our love, everyone.
Thank you. Hello. Hey, hello everyone.
Hi, nice to see you all.
Hi, beautiful people.
Thank you so much for choosing our workshop out of all of the different choices that you had. We're so grateful to have you all here, and we promise we're going to leave it all on the table. We're a completely open book, and all we would like to do is to help bring your gifts, your passion, your heart to the masses. And that's our mission for you.
Yes, so we'll dive right in because
Erica.
We'll dive right in. Really, we want to start with who we are, just so you guys get a glimpse if you haven't followed us on social, which we'll be posting all weekend. But really, we have our rooted foundation in business, and we have our hearts in spirituality. So we believe in blending those two worlds and focusing on heart-centered businesses. I scaled my healthy candy business to 7 figures plus, and really got blessed with the life that I love to live, but I wanted to bring that into as many different entrepreneurs as possible. So we have Wealthy Living Academy that helps you do that. And Adriana coined passive income, making over 6 figures with just passively. So who wants more time freedom? Put up your hands if you want more time freedom. Yes. Who wants more financial abundance?
Hold on, wait, we got our 1s and 8s.
I know, we got it.
Yeah.
But really we'll go over a little bit more.
All right, so some of you have a paddle that have 1s and 8s on them. Can you put them up if you have them? So it's said, Grant Cardone says that any problem is you have bad problems, you have good problems. So we have a good problem right now where we didn't print enough because we didn't know that we were going to fill the room like this.
I love you guys. Thank you.
All right, so let's put a 111 up if you have it, and if you don't, you can use your fingers. If you are here to see the light win and usher in the golden era, put up your ones if you're here for that. Woo! Fabulous! Look at that. We're all united. Okay, let's put an 888 up if you are open to receive financial abundance in your life. Woo! Yes! First step, right? We've got to be open to receive.
I love this.
Okay, and put a 111 up if you don't yet have a business, but you are really thinking about it and excited about it, and you're here to learn more about creating a business. Yay for entrepreneurs! Woo! Okay, and put an 888 up if you already have a business and you're here to expand your awareness and see what we got. How can we add to your repertoire? Wow, we have some established business owners in the house. Wow, great. Well, thank you, everyone. Now we got kind of read of the room. So, Erica? All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You want me to go ahead?
This is yours.
Okay, fine. Okay, so first we have to identify the problem so we can solve it, right? So you're either here because you have a passion, but you're not making any money on it, or you're making money, but you're not really passionate about it, or you don't have a passion and you're not making any money. So we got to solve all the things. So if that sounds like you, then you're in the right room.
And there's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
It's just
There's
awareness.
no judgment, right?
Exactly. So really what we're here is to help you bring your passion, your purpose to profits, because we know that, especially in the spiritual community and us in the beginning of our entrepreneur career, is that we had these abundance blocks. And so really it comes down to the business energetics of how do we get out of our own way, how do we unlock our own true potential, and how do we bring that in a very tangible way, rooted in more of the masculine energy of structure, business, finance. And just show of hands, who here is like a creative, an artist, a visionary, high in the sky? Yes, you're our people. We are all visionaries as well, me and Adriana. But we really had to learn how to get rooted and bring that into the 3D. And so that's what we call bridging the gap between the 5D and the 3D, is really that bringing heaven on earth through our businesses. So the whole goal here is total freedom, total abundance. That is your birthright. You are worthy of it already. But how do we actually embody that? And how do we integrate that into our business? So by learning our proven systems and skills, which we'll head into, but we really want to bring some awareness just to some figures that have been impactful in our lives.
Well, because I think it can be very confusing, right? It's like when you're in that really creative space, a lot of you are probably meditating and zenning out, and what are all of the like Yogi Bhajans and Deepak Chopras of the world saying? It's like, just let it flow, just let it come to you, like, right? But then it's confusing because you're like, okay, I'm doing the things, I'm letting it flow, but where's wealth abundance, right? And then you get into this like, okay, I'm gonna really get, niche down, and I'm gonna learn the sales thing. So you tap into people like Alex Hormozy, who's like, I don't believe in morning routines, or Grant Cardone, which is like, don't be a BITCH, get money, right? So it's really confusing. You have the dichotomy of the two industries, but this is some awareness just to say that I watch a lot of Alex Hormozi content, and he wakes up every morning, he has a cup of coffee, he talks about his day with his wife, and then he gets to work. That's a morning routine, because if he didn't do that, there may be chaos in the home. Or Grant Cardone, a lot of you might not know that he's actually very high up in Scientology. He's really deeply rooted in his faith. But then you also have like Yogi Bhajan and Deepak Chopra, who are selling books and speaking on stages. So really, we can't judge ourselves and think that this is the only way. I really believe that a gentle blend of the two are essential. I love this wheel. So some of you, again, good problems, have this balance wheel. The first step to our workshop is, can you please all bring out your balance wheels? And if you don't have one, you can take a photo of this on the screen, which I know it's very small.
Or even just write on your notebook too, or borrow from a friend. You can a little peek over what they got.
Yeah, peek over to a friend, a neighbor. We're all here, right? I wish I had mine here. Perfect. There we go. So let's just bring some awareness into our lives to make sure that we're balanced between the two. I mean, I get the best downloads when I do my Kundalini yoga in the morning, and I get super creative, and that's actually turns into like my Instagram post, which is the way that I really market. But anyways, you gotta monetize them both. So let's bring some into awareness into your health practices. So how many of you, just write in, the whole point of the wellness wheel is to rate yourself from the center going up to see how balanced are you. Because the truth is, the results you're looking for is in the work you're not doing. Because if you were getting the results, then you would be doing the right piece of work. But if you're not getting those results, then it lies in the place that you are not facing. You're not facing that piece. You may think like, I'm not a technology person, or I don't know my financial literacy, or my parents didn't grow up and teach me these things. Or you may be really heavy into the business stuff and you don't take time to rest. And then you may experience health implications or dis-ease in the body, right? So just take a couple of minutes to fill out your balance wheel. And I would love to see if I can read them out from the bottom up for anyone who doesn't have them. But if you do have them, please just keep filling them in. So in the mindfulness, we have rest. So rate yourself out of rest, 1 to 5, or even 1 to 7. I mean, if you want to do every day of the week, right? How many of you do scripting? You write out the outcome as if it's already done in third person. Great morning practice, great evening practice. Your meditation, rate yourself out of 1 to 7. Your health, how is your health? How's your nutrition? How is your hydration is super important. We know this, right? How is your discipline? Rate yourself on a 1 to 7 in your discipline. How about your financial literacy? 1 to 7. What about your game plan or your strategy for your business? Rate yourself out of 1 to 7. And your relationship with money. Let's just rate ourselves. How do you feel about money? How's your relationship about money? So at the end, we will, even if you actually send us a message on Instagram and you don't have this, we'll send it over to you and it can go right into your inbox. But let's continue forward because we have so much good stuff.
Get to the juices. So really what we want to highlight here is, who of you have heard of Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad? Awesome. Amazing book. Highly recommend you read it. And he talks about the cash flow quadrant, but we're going to apply it to business because he does talk about it on a personal level, but even in your business. So when we were both employed and then we're like, okay, we want to break out of the matrix, we want to escape and create our financial abundance. And then we realize, okay, I'm self-employed. Yes, this is amazing. I'm working 24/7. I'm my own boss, but I have to do everything all the time. So self-employed, you're still on the left side of the quadrant. So you'll see E is for employee, S is for self-employed. You own a job, but the whole goal is to get to the right side of the quadrant, which is business owner and investor. And I really think a lot of current business owners think they are a business owner, but they're stuck in their business, working on their business 24/7 instead of being removed from their business, because you're a true business owner when you can step away from your business for 6 months and it will not impact your profitability at all. So in order to get the investor quadrant, now you own investments. And really to highlight what a business owner has is a system that scales. And that's all we're talking about today, is creating a system that scales. And then an investor owns those systems that scale, they employ people that work their systems, and they also own assets. And a business can be a true asset if you run it correctly. So, we know what's wrong with it, not wrong. We know the solutions that need to come into the world in order to really make the change that we want, and that's why we believe in getting wealth in the hands of really good people. And so we need this wealth transfer to happen. We're actually in the biggest wealth transfer of our entire lives, if not for the last millennia. So it's a very exciting time to be an entrepreneur, to create your own economy, to be your own business owner. And 80% of the people right now are employed or self-employed, and they have less than 1% of the wealth. And 20% of the people are true business owners, investors, and they have 99% of the wealth. And that's just awareness to say, where do we need to get to? So this is all talking about the energetics of business. We teach both business energetics, but we also root it in the structure, the scales, the teams, everything you need to run a business. But what I want to highlight here is a lot of people are their own blocks because they love manifestation, but then when it comes to entrepreneurship, they're like, oh, no, that's scary. But really, entrepreneurship is the truest form of manifestation because you're taking intangible, non-physical concept and you're manifesting it into physical form through the art of transmutation of energy, right? So it all is the same. It's just the language we use. Money is energy. We know that money is an amplification tool. So if you're a good person, it's going to make you do more good things with that abundance. If you're on the other side of that, then it's going to make you do more of those things. And sales is service. If you truly have a service that you love, a solution for the people, you should want to scream it loud and proud to everyone. So we really focus on these key concepts. Now, this is just in a line action activity. I know there's a lot of words on here. I'll just break it down. Basically, you're going to audit and write any lies that you tell yourself about your business, about your idea, about your passion, about your purpose. What are you telling yourself? What is it? Because the truth is, if you really believed that you could do it, you would already be doing it, right? So if you're not already doing it, there's something there. There's a block that's stuck inside of you that needs to come to the surface so that you can release it. And sometimes just the awareness of this block is the release. So if you can do this, and this is what I recommend at every level, because there's steps to scaling your business. And so at each level you get to, that's when the personal development comes in and you do this. So you can either take a picture of this and do it later, or you can just write whatever comes up right now is like, what are the limiting beliefs that I'm telling myself that's actually blocking me from stepping into this big vision, from stepping into sharing my passion, my gifts with the world. And then the share and unsubscribe we won't do the share part right now, but it was a partner activity. Share it with someone. You have to tell a friend, you have to tell your spouse, you have to tell someone so that you are able to, with words, declare a new reality. And when you unsubscribe, that is declaring your new reality. So you consciously choose, the opposite. So that's how you step into the abundance. Is if you're being shown lack and scarcity, that is the hardest part. The hardest time to show abundance is when that reflection is happening and you're like, I'm in lack, I'm in scarcity, the bills are piling up. Like, I don't know, but that is the work. That is when you really have to step in and embody that wealth consciousness, embody that abundance. So I love this activity. This is what we do with all our clients. Highly recommend that you just take a picture and do it on your own time. But the big vision, the real why that we're here today and that we're speaking about all of this and we're so passionate is because this is our big vision. It's an immortality island. It's a healing island. It's regenerative therapy. And that's like our North Star, right? Like everything we're doing right now, all the courses, the mentorship, the speaking engagement, this is all leading up to our big why. But we know we need abundance, we need wealth, we need the right investors, we need the right partners in order to reach this big vision. So a lot of people get blocked because they're like, well, I'm not all about profit, or I don't want to be one of those people, those greedy business people. But it's because you have the wrong perception of it, right? If you truly believe that you're a good person, you should have no problem. You should call in the abundance. I deserve everything. I deserve all the abundance, right? Because of your big vision of how you want to help humanity. So real quick show of hands, who's here to help humanity and uplift the world? Amazing. That's what unites us all, right? So get clear on your big vision. And bringing it back, we're kind of swinging the pendulum here. We're going from energetics to business, but this is really...
That's what it's all about.
Exactly, bridging the gap. So Quantum Business Blueprint, will lightly touch on each one of these today, but we are hosting master classes for the next 2-3 weeks. So if you sign up at the end, then you're able to come and deep dive into all of these. But real quick, it's really about creating solutions and value, right? We're trying to help people through our heart of service. So getting very clear on what is it that you're really good at. I love the Ikigai, where you blend your passions, what you're good at, what people need, what you can make money at, and finding that one thing. It's like, that's what I'm really good at. That's what I can help people with, and focus on that and go deep. Then we teach you how to build a brand. So you need authority in the space. Authority alchemy is what we call it.
We're going to go into this too.
Yeah, we're going to just do a brief overview.
Just
Then we turn your passion to profits, and that's through creating your irresistible offer. We call it solution selling, and you build your team. So why people get burnt out is because they don't scale quickly, and then they're just the person doing everything, and they're like, F this, like I'm out. This is too hard, too much. I'm not making abundance. I got to go back to a regular job. And then systems at scale. This is really where you're getting out of the left-hand side of the quadrant and into a business owner investor. And then we talk about reinvesting, scaling your impact and your income. And that's things like investing in assets. I also do real estate with my husband. So it's like when we make the money, we invest in real estate, and that's building the generational wealth so our family, our legacy can do more good in the world, right? And that's what we show you as well. So heading into it.
Yes. Okay,
The
so
juice.
let's get into your business. Either you have one or you're about to have one. So we got to get really clear on your brand. And simply put, I love to describe a brand as a marketed reputation. So it's your marketed reputation. And what is a reputation? It's who you are behind closed doors. It's when somebody feels a certain type of way, they think of your brand, or they think of your product, or they think of your service. So hopefully when you think of scaling your business, you think of wealthy living, or if you think of God, you think of light, right? Like these are brands. So we would love to now help you narrow down your niche. It's super important, and those of you that are building a business, and everybody in the room has probably heard about this word niche, and it's probably like driving you insane.
A little overused.
It's super, super important. Actually, Erica, are you able to go forward one, and then we'll come back to this one? Yeah, because I think it's really important to know about the old paradigm that used to be about a niche. When you used to build a business a few years ago, does it not sound familiar that people were like, speak to the masses, be relatable to everyone? That doesn't work anymore because everybody is being hit with so much data and marketing, and it's just so confusing and stressful. So what works today is speaking to that one avatar. I understand that all of you have a multitude of gifts and you can help a lot of people. I get it, right? We have so many gifts, but we have to narrow it down so that we can really speak to that one avatar. And I love the metaphor of the mom in a busy room, right? There's a mom in the room, it's so busy, but every mom knows when you hear, "Mom," that mom knows it's their child, and they stop and they look, right? So you want to have that same effect when people are finding you on social media or in ads or whatnot, like they're scrolling and all of a sudden, oh my gosh, they're speaking to my soul. Like that's what's working now. So the old paradigm doesn't work no more. The new paradigm does, and that bringing that awareness there is going to help you, because if you speak to everyone, you're going to speak to no one, unfortunately. Even though I know that we can help so many people, but we just have to focus on one.
We're all multidimensional.
Right, and there's so many of us out here, we can help and heal the world. So just choose your avatar. So how we really do that, and what the best brand does, is it really solves a problem, right? We need to discover who do we help and how do we help them. Now, one more. There we go. I love this little image. I don't know, I think it's super cool. Okay, so I love this. Success comes because you have found your ecological niche and can flourish from doing your own valuable thing. And I actually had to Google to make for sure what ecological means, but it means your relationship with the environment. So success comes because you have found your relationship with the environment, aka your niche, and you can nourish and flourish from doing your own valuable thing. I think that's really beautiful because you don't have to fake it, right? So this is you. The best niche comes from our experiences. Whether it is our traumas, our dramas, our commotions, the things that have brought us down and we were trudging through the mud, but we found a solution that changed our lives. Because I think a lot of people who are starting businesses right now, they suffer from thinking, I don't know what value I have to give to the world, or I'm not super passionate about something, or I don't really know what, but I just know that I want to help someone, our message is in our mess. So your life experience is needed in the world, and your life experience and solving that, your knowledge, your expertise, that is what is going to help create a business that you're excited about, that you're inspired about, that you don't wake up thinking, I don't know what I have to do today to get my business off the ground. It's perhaps because you're not super passionate about it and you kind of went on autopilot and you just chose it just 'cause. But in this world of abundance, we can make a decision at any time. We can change anything at any time, right? And so I love to bring it all together with, what is your mission? What is your morals? What is your values? What are your ethics? This is a beautiful niche. So the next slide is what ours looks like. So, I grew up, I haven't worked a normal job. Like, I've been an entrepreneur since 2016. And so entrepreneurship and building businesses is what I know best. Like, this is my life experience, has been able to create passive income, scale to 26 different countries all over the world. Like, that's my thing. And I love spirituality. We just came back from Egypt with Billy Carson and Elizabeth and Jimmy and Bliss and Pam, right. And so, like, when I'm not learning how to build my business, I am knee deep in all things spiritual. I'm currently going through the I Ching right now. And then my mission, my morals, my values, and ethics are freedom. I want to help people be free. I want to see people live their dreams. I want to see people live in that abundance that we, like Erica said, is our birthright. So we put it all together, and our mission, back it up. Our mission is helping wealth get into the hands of good people. So that is our niche. So let's now forward. This is now your next activity. Let's get super, super clear on your niche. So write down your life experiences, your expertise in navigating through them, and what is your mission? What is your morals, values, and ethics? Right? And we know that when we are in true resonance with our God-given purpose on this planet, like, we will 10x. It will go so fast. So perhaps this is really getting rooted back into, why are you here? What have you been through? What can you share with the world? So what is the problem? What is the solution? What is the result? Living and creating a brand from an authentic perspective that feels exciting and on purpose. So take a photo of this. Don't skip over it. It is the baseline of building a successful business, is one with a very clear niche.
Yeah, and I feel like this is part of the getting rooted, because if you have this anchor, you can always go back to it. And so when you see the shiny object syndrome and you're like, oh, maybe I should do this course, maybe I should do this, maybe I should also do this. It's like we spread ourselves so thin, and then we wonder why we're not calling in our soul audience. It's like we're trying to be everything for everyone instead of just being who we are, unique blueprint, right? So the niche is really good for you to get that rooting too.
Okay, so the next part is, once you have your niche, who you help and how you help them, we have to create community and become an authority in the space. I mean, this was so much love, but the amount of people, I'm gonna start from top to bottom, go through it, okay? But the amount of people that we've been speaking to at our booth, and we're like, hey, nice to meet you, what's your Instagram? And they're like, I don't have one. Guys, we're trying to bring your purpose out to humanity. This is free marketing. I understand it can be confusing. I get it. I understand there's like a million different platforms out there. Just choose one and rock it. Like, I have built, my entire income has come from online digital marketing and Instagram in specific, and not through just being an influencer, like having a legitimate business, okay? And but you do want to collaborate with influencers, borrow audiences, collaboration over competition. There is enough to go around. If you can find somebody that is willing to share their audience with you, i.e. you two go live together, it goes on both of your pages. If somebody tags you in something, you're reposting it, you're being smart, and you're reposting things and tagging them. I'm telling you, my number one go-to whenever I meet somebody to keep the conversation in complete flow, it's like, hi, oh my gosh, nice to meet you. My name's Adriana. What's your Instagram? I'd love to give you a follow. I'd love to support you, which is so gosh darn true. But I know that once I have them in my sphere, I give so much value off of my social media platform that it's just a moment of time before they ask, what is this? How do I do that? What do you do? So it really does have to become at the forefront of your mind, and that does cultivate community. so much.
Well,
right?
and even just today too with Jimmy Church, he wanted one of our T-shirts at our booth.
Well, I was going to get into
Okay.
Egypt fam because,
Egypt fam.
well, yeah, because, well, yeah, it's so important, right? Like the community is going to be the lifeblood of your business. And that's where I'm going to go through all the way down. So local community engagement, I think that we do want to take things offline and we do want to be present in person. I love in-person networking. We have to create community. People don't know what they don't know. It is our moral responsibility as business owners to go out into the field, introduce ourselves, show what we got, how we can help people, and be genuinely interested in other people and what they do. And it's a gentle back and forth and a flow of how can I help you? How can you help me? How can we help each other? Okay, let's go. So I think it's very important for you to get out into your communities and your local communities too, because I really feel that change happens in your own backyard. Although we are, we want to be global and all the things. I mean, I don't know about your brand, but we do. But it's super important that in your local community, you create a presence.
And I just want to highlight too, it's like we're going backwards because people were entrepreneurs, right? And then it became big business and big corporations. But this is, with the Aquarius age, is we're going back into every one of you creating your own economy in your own communities and even exchange of services and things like that. So it's really cool to see that that's the ripple effect that will happen.
Yeah. And implementing or collaborate with local businesses. So I love this too, like collaborating with local businesses, going in and saying, hey, like, I have this card. Do you mind if I leave it here? What can I offer you? And be able to actually create a presence in local businesses. We want to create community, right? This is my goal right now, is to help you expand your awareness in different ways that you can create community. You can do that with a service exchange with your local businesses. Get your cards out there, get your offers out there, take others. What is a back and forth that you can do with it to help each other grow? That is so important. That's why community is so important. We have to help each other grow. So also implementing referral programs to create community. Hey, if you bring one friend, you get 50% off. Hey, if you bring 2 friends, you get this for free. Hey, it's, you want to create incentives to help people want to come to your product, your service, whatever it is. But implementing incentives really does work. And we have to get out of our own mind about it. Like, it really does work when you offer incentives. People do jump on it. And here, offer workshops and master classes. Okay, this is like a huge lead getter for you. 1, it does create community, and 2, you become an authority in the space. So master classes, webinars, things that you can do online and in person. Don't be shy. Like, you want to, I am here. I am the authority. I know the things. And if I don't, I'm willing to learn, but let's learn together. This is so good to offer workshops and master classes. And we're actually talking to Gil and Marlou, who are going to do their master classes with their EE systems. And we think that's brilliant. Like, we love that. And then we have here a podcast guest. Podcast guest, becoming one or hosting a podcast is so easy, I'm telling you, to reach out to people, to even offer yourself, hey, I have this product or service. Do you mind if I share it on your podcast? It's like podcasting is an untapped territory where people are so willing to collaborate with you. Whether somebody has a podcast and they're looking for guests and you're speaking loud and proud about it everywhere and their eyes land on you and they want to offer you to be a guest, or if you want to be a guest, get out of your own mind about it. People are so willing to give you airtime because they want to grow their podcast too. And if you have something that is in their niche, they want to share that with their audience and keep their podcast being rockin'. You have a rockin' business. It just makes sense. So you can literally DM people. I swear, off of social media, people are so willing. So it's not difficult, but that's a really great way. Media articles. I don't know if you guys know, but there are free resources online that you can submit your articles and have it on the internet and then post it on your LinkedIn like you have an article. Like, it's really, we can have a conversation after. I can teach you more about that, but really publishing media articles is such a great way to become an authority in the space, and you can cultivate that on your own. You don't need a PR person right off the hop. We were trying to teach you how to do things very lean at first till you build yourself up, and then maybe you want to hire a PR person and whatnot, but you can do that yourself. All of this you can do yourself. Creating a lead magnet also provides value to your community. but also helps you become an authority in the space. Online advertising, this is a lot easier than we think it is, I promise you. Even boosting posts on your social, it works. You can target people, the right people that you want on the eyes on your business. This is very, very effective. Email marketing is like, I love email marketing. There's so much value in email marketing, but this is how you want to pair the two together. Don't give your lead magnets away completely for free, per se. You want to gather people's information, like their name and their email, so you can add them to an email list. I don't know how common it is. It's so common that people are constantly feeling like they have to prospect new customers, new clients, new eyes, new, instead of having something that they can collect the data. While they're getting new, they're nurturing the old. It's so effective. Being able to send an email campaign once a week, once a month, it's very, very effective. You can put your offers in there, give free value. This is so good, so effective to build your business. Your professional website, of course we know, it's not dead. Make sure you have your website, creates authority in the space, and optimizing Google My Business to ensure your business is easily found online.
So I know that's a lot.
I know.
And it can be overwhelming.
But you came for the juice, right? Like, we told you we're not leaving anything on the table.
Yeah, and I think it can look daunting, but if you just pick one or two of those things to go home and focus on to accelerate your business, maybe you're not on social media yet. It's like, I'm going to get my profile up, and then I'm going to start connecting with people that have podcasts. That's my two. That's my two right now. And focus on that until that feels like it's, really going. But we're giving you all the goods and we're showing you, it's like we're opening the door and you guys can peek your head in. But then what we do with our business and our clients is teach you how to do it, actually strategize and put together a strategy for your business, for your brand, so you're not overwhelmed. It's not like, oh my gosh, I have to do everything and all at once. It's like, no, let's create a plan and work the plan.
Don't feel like you're in a rush. Time is going to pass anything anyways, and anything worth having is up a hill. So you just got to climb the hill. Even if it's one foot in front of the other, you don't need to look at the whole mountain. You just got to take a look at each step. That's it.
Yeah. And really, like, I came to the terms where I rather spend 10 years working on my own business for the rest of my life to have that freedom versus spending my lifetime working on someone else's business. And that's what I was doing. So I had to pick something that I was so passionate about that even if it took me 10 years, seems like a long time, but at the end of those 10 years, I'd be able to be totally free, location freedom, financial freedom, all of that. So really, we're here to create your irresistible offer. So focus more on increasing and providing the value. So we talk about value proposition. Who of you have heard value proposition before? Okay, awesome. So for business, it's really important that you know your value proposition. So you should know, we hear like elevator pitch, like what's your elevator pitch? It's really your value proposition. What is the value you are giving in exchange for what they are paying? But as you see these scales, the value has to be way up here. And then they're like, what? You're only charging me this? This is a steal of a deal. Take my money, right? Like, that's how you want them to feel.
Irresistible.
I am like the easiest person to sell.
Yes, she
because
is.
I just analyze an offer and I'm like, irresistible. You take my money, right?
Really
And that's how you should make people feel. So if there is a price objection, if there's a time objection, gotta talk to the wife, gotta talk to the husband. Like, they're just being nice, right? They're just telling you that. It means that your value is not exceeding the price that they have in their head. So then we look at auditing that and what is that value proposition? Maybe it's adding things to your offer. Maybe it's reducing your price or bundling or doing a collaboration. So we actually look at that. And so you're like, so then we test offers, right? So if you do not have the sales revenue that you are seeking to produce, and it's time to audit your brand, it's time to audit your offer and your sales and marketing strategy, because these all lead into each other. So we're kind of making like a machine, right? And then once we have the machine, we just work the machine and the machine does the work, but we have to do the upfront work. So 3 simple steps to, scale your business is creating systems. So the first is the irresistible offer, which we're going to do an activity around this, but it's your trades of services in a well-packaged and branded offer, and then a hungry audience, right? So who thinks that they can make a better hamburger than McDonald's? Right?
Mikey can.
It's not too hard. But why do they do so well? Because they're selling to a hungry audience. They're on every freaking corner and people are like, oh, I gotta eat. Okay, boom, go in there, drive through. They make it super simple. So it's like you can sell a kind of poorly packaged offer in a hungry audience. It's like if you're the only sandwich shop in the mall, you're going to sell a lot of sandwiches. Doesn't mean how bad they are. So it's like you got to find that hungry audience. Who are you really serving, which is going back to the niche. And that's your soul audience. You want to speak to that soul, right? So really narrow that down, and it helps you keep focused on your brand and your business. And then once we have that irresistible offer, and 9 times out of 10 it sells, you're like, all right, if I get to 100 people, I'm selling to this many people. Amazing. And then it gets exciting because you really put the machine to work.
Yeah, and sometimes too, like if you have an amazing product, you're like, this is amazing. It could possibly be your offer just is not appetizing to the audience. So this might be the invitation for you to take a look at your offer and how you're presenting it, because you can take the same product, the same service, and rewrap it in a different name, and you can completely blow it out of the water.
They do this with books all the time. So like a cover won't work and they'll relaunch the book. It's like bestseller, right? So maybe you just need a rebrand. So we're gonna go into magic offer. I love like Jack and the Beanstalk, magic beans. And when you brainstorm your offer, then you're gonna test it and then you're gonna scale your offer. But magic stands for magnet. So you're making sure you have a magnetic reason, right? Like the feminine flow in business is that magnetism. You're drawing people in. The avatar is announce who you're talking to. So when we put stuff up, we're like, spiritual entrepreneurs. If you are a spiritual entrepreneur, we're telling our avatar, we're calling them in because they're like, I'm a spiritual entrepreneur. Yeah, okay, what do you got for me, right? So you want to name that audience, name that person, and give them a goal. Like, do you want to do this in this amount of time? Do you want to scale your business? Do you want to make 30,000 in 2 months? Like, what is it that their goal is? Lead them to the result. And then you want to give them an interview or interval, like that time period, and then container. So just wrap it up in a nice container. So we're gonna do an activity.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love activities.
We're gonna do an activity, but before we go into this, where you rate your magnetic offer or your magic offer, you're going to think about everything we just talked about. What is your niche? Who is your soul audience? What is your irresistible offer? So get specific. It should be around 1 sentence. It may be a little bit wordy to the start, but then you can start to chop it down. But really start to do that soul work in your business of like uncovering what am I really passionate about. Maybe I could serve everyone, but let's just pick one avatar to start and work with that. When we say avatar, we're talking about soul audience. Like, you know, you can picture that person in front of you. You know who you're selling to, right? So for us, you know, our pain point analysis, a lot of our clients are spiritual entrepreneurs, and you know, they're really struggling because their pain point is they don't have a profitable business, right? They have this passion, they have this burning desire within them, but they're just not seeing the revenue in order to really get their purpose out to the world. And that's what we're here to help them with. So to layer out that pain point, you know, the number one thing is they have to stay in their regular job. And it's like they feel like their soul's getting sucked because they know what they want to do. They want to go out there. They want to be who they are. But they're like, man, I just hate working for this person and I have to work with these people. And I know that's all perspective change and spirituality and that works into it. But really, it's like you want to be able to have that freedom. So they don't have any time freedom. And that's where it gets exhausting.
Or maybe, you know, for example, of an outward example, it's like maybe chronic pain. You help
or they
someone with
manifest.
chronic pain. And so now you're going into number 2, which, go ahead.
Yeah, so we're peeling back. We want to go into the pain points. So number 2 is that they're not able to share their heart's desire or share their gifts and live their dream life. So the sacrifice of them not going after what they want is actually costing them their dream life. That's a big cost for me, you know? Like, that's a big deal. It's like your life depends on scaling your business. Number 3 is you're not able to provide your family or yourself with the opportunities and experiences that you want to give them, or you're not able to make the impact, the great impact. Like you have this audacious big vision and you're not able to do it because you're like, I don't have a vehicle to do it in, or I'm not connected to the right network, the right investors, the right opportunities. So start to peel back pick your audience, pick that one person, that one avatar, rate a couple pain points. So what are they struggling with?
Who do you
right?
help?
Who do
like
you help?
Right now,
who do you serve?
Yeah, this is, all of you are business owners or going to become one. So just really think right now, who do you help?
Yeah.
Like, write it down. Who are you helping?
And then in one sentence, try and just break that into, you know, I help people with chronic inflammation heal from a root to crown approach in less than 90 days. right? Like that's very
Great offer.
specific. Great offer.
I'd love to change my life in 90 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're going to attach obviously a price point to that so that they know the value exchange. So we always say that you are the life force of your business. Just like a tree, just like the tree of life, you are the trunk of the tree. And the scalable systems, the back end of your business is like the roots, right? Like that's providing the nutrients, that's your groundedness. And I find so many people are focusing on the branches, they're focusing on who they can help and getting out there and doing all of the front end work, maybe the marketing and the branding, but then they maybe lack some of the masculine structure. So if you think of that, you are the middle point. And so that's why we always focus with you first, because if your energy, if your vibration is not up and exciting, like you're seeding that into your business and it starts to poison your business. And I've seen this happen, that people just get burnt out because they themselves have brought their vibration down, that it's seeding into every email they send, every phone call they make, and then it doesn't come across, it doesn't sell well. So you want to make sure when we're starting on this entrepreneur journey, it's really self-improvement first. And you kind of flip between the two, right? You do self-improvement, you get your place up, your business grows, and then you're like, whoa, my business grew. Okay, now I got to go into business development in order for me to scale to the next level. So it's really working on both at the same time. And this is my favorite slide, okay? Because the whole point is that you guys are living the life that you love. You're in total freedom, but you need a team. You cannot do it alone. So it's like the sports analogy, right? Like every good player, every best of the best has a team of people. They pick their team, they pick their coach, they pick their mentor, right? And they have people to help them. You don't need to know everything. In fact, don't try to know everything, right? Just get around people that do and learn off them. I'm like, if I can buy the cheat sheets, why wouldn't I get a mentor? If they've done the hard work, the years of experience, they've paid tens of thousands of dollars to get mentored themselves or get themselves to the right network, the right people, why would I not try and get the fast track there instead of like, we've both gone through the ringer too with business and we understand how hard it is, but picking a winning team is so important. So the top positions, so if you're at this stage where I've launched my business, I'm doing good, I'm making money, but I'm at like a ceiling, I can't get to that next level. This is when you scale your team. So the top 4 positions to outsource, that means you are getting yourself out of the day-to-day work and delegate to scale fast, is virtual assistant. You can do an in-person assistant as well, but virtual assistant is number 1 because they're going to free up things like that you don't want to do anymore, that you don't like to do, like scheduling, social, calendar, booking emails, all of those sort of things that are just more of the monotonous stuff. So you can be the big visionary and focus on building the business.
Can I say something on that too?
Yeah.
Virtual assistants also do not need to be a huge investment. You can get it done very, very cheap, very, very lean, and you're giving somebody else another opportunity. So like Upwork or Fiverr are really good websites that you can go to, and you can bring on a virtual assistant from like Bangladesh or the Philippines, and you're giving them an income, and they do great work, and it doesn't have to cost you a bunch. We're talking like $5, $10, $15 an hour, and your business can go from here to here because you've cleared up so much mental space, but it doesn't have to cost you a lot. And I think that's a big roadblock as to why people don't get assistance.
Yeah, like if you're not skilled in graphic design or websites, then outsource it, right? But take action. The whole point why we're here today is we're urging you to just take action, messy action. I always say done is better than perfect. Done is better than perfect, right? Like let's just get it done. And that actually is a block itself because when you're a big creator and you're not manifesting, you're not taking action, it actually starts to drain your life force energy. So you want to be able to take that action. So the next thing is graphics and website we talked about, bookkeeping, taxes, finances, is get around people that know about money, know about wealth. Get that into your consciousness because wealth and abundance is a consciousness, right? So if you're not in that consciousness, you want to resonate with the people that are, because we know our environment is so important, both internal and external. The last is lead generation, ads management, appointment setter. That's really starting to scale the business now. So once you have your offer down, you got your branding, you really have some people in place. It's like, okay, let's do some digital ads. It doesn't have to cost a lot. We know the startup life. We're all about starting small and scaling big.
And I will say that post and praying, like putting something out there, like, oh my gosh, please, the right person find me, all the things, like you can do that and work on your lead generation. You can do it all. You can have it both. It's not this or that, but just putting it out there and expecting people to find you will only go so far. Yes, the right people who need you will find you. I 100% align with that, but just saying that you can also have some intentional steps to get leads so you can help more people, as well as creating the product, posting about it, and then just leaving it. You can do it all.
So how many of you have got some golden nuggets so far? Good. Yay! Because all we want to do really is provide value to you guys, right?
We know that business can be a little bit like womp womp womp, but this is the whole point, is that we have to
We're wearing
face
shiny
it.
suits to make it exciting.
Yeah, exactly. We could do a victory dance after, But anyways.
We are going to come up to some quantum healing, but just to wrap it up, really when you get to that point, we like to put this picture because your business is like, your own toroidal field, right? The toroidal field, we have it with the earth, our body, but that should be your regenerative business blueprint, is that if you're setting all this stuff up, if you're aligning the chakras of your business, because we take a root to crown approach of scaling your business, you're in such alignment that it's like the business starts to drive itself. And I've seen it happen, and the numbers start to come in, and you're like, oh my gosh, divinely guided. Like, where did this all come from? But it's all that momentum that you start to pour in, that heart, that blood, that sweat, that tears that you gave to it. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So if you haven't seen it yet, it is just because you haven't been in full alignment yet, but that is your future. So, we're really here to help you guys with this stuff. We want to wrap it up with some fun stuff.
I love these. So if you have the courage to say this out loud with me, please do, because we know that vibratory sound complex is just going to radiate into the field, and it's going to bring it right back.
Let it resonate.
Yes. I love it from the root. Like we said, it's like the root, the activation then goes up. And I don't know who's that, Dr. Shumsky? She changed our life last year when we came to visit here.
Yeah, she's
I love
here.
money and money loves me, right? We love saying that out loud. That was so much fun. So make sure it's on. Okay, so come on, all together. Let's go from left to right. We're going to go at the bottom. Okay, on the count of 3, let's go together. 1, 2, 3. The people who need me are finding me. I make everyone feel loved. I am a magnet to opportunities. I love helping people. All right, and what that is unlocking and activating for you is here. I love money and money loves me. And here, money flows to me effortlessly. So when that all happens, speak your truth, which is, I live abundantly in alignment with my purpose. So,
and that's when you make it rain.
Oh, we just like to take the stacks. So I would love to introduce a very, very, very influential person in our life. Oh, here. Sorry. Before we do. Please take a scan of the QR code here. We have come up with some special offers just for you being here. Take a scan. You can check it out later. We are upstairs. We are in the booth.
Come visit us.
M78. We're all the way up on the top of this mezzanine. When you turn right after the stairs, you'll see us all the way down there. So yes, this one is absolutely free for you. And here we have our Quantum Business Live Masterclass, so you have access to all of our information. Plus, we're helping you one-on-one. Our Wealthy Living Mastermind here for spiritual entrepreneurs looking to scale their income and profit. We'll turn the purpose into a profit. And a business audit. So some of you might be in the position where you already have your business and you'd like us to come in and take a look and say, what do you have going on here? How's your marketing? How's your leads funnels? How's your email campaigns? How is your community? How's your authority? And we're going to go all through it together and create a business plan and structure for you. So that might be the one for you. So now, I am so excited to introduce the next speaker on stage. Come on. All right. So,
Pam Dillon.
our beautiful Pam Dillon.
Give her a hand, ladies
So,
and gentlemen.
Pam is so special in our lives. She is our quantum healer who magically has appeared into our lives through divine guidance. And we all had the pleasure of going to Egypt together. This is us with Elizabeth Hoekstra, or Carson now, in front of Hathor's Temple. Here we are in front of the Great Pyramid. And here we are with our MC of Conscious Life Expo, Jimmy Church. So we had the best experience. And there, Pam was able to deep dive into me. I discovered I was Bird Tribe. Erica here is an angel. We can talk about that at a different time. But anyways, Pam is absolutely incredible. She is going to activate you and unlock things that you didn't even know were in there. We love you so much, Pam. Thank you.
You're welcome. Love you. Love you.
Thank you, guys.
Love you, sister. Hello. Hello. Give it up for those beautiful ladies in the shiny suits. Oh my goodness, these firecrackers came into my life not long ago. I think I met Erica in just August, and she swooped into my home where I was doing an event, and I was just like, I know this woman from many lifetimes ago. And we've been attached at the hip ever since. And I was trying to manifest a trip to Egypt because I was just like being called for some activations. And she's like, I'm going in October, and I want to manifest a spot, basically. And 2 days later, there was a cancellation on a fully booked tour, and there we are. Got to meet Adriana on that trip, and Mike, our beautiful brother there, angel brother, and a few more. I think that's in the crowd there. I can't see you guys, but somewhere here. And I've been an entrepreneur, well, my whole career, really. I think I was 17 when I started my practice for healing arts and massage therapy, and then that grew into energetic medicine when I was about 30. That's about 10 years ago. So I've been in this kind of energy world for quite some time, always self-employed, and working towards the left side of the chart there. So I'm doing my work. And so as they were talking about all these beautiful things to do, like how do we create abundance, for people who really want to create this beautiful world and this loving world and be able to take their niche outwards. And so these beautiful tips that they've been giving you, but I want to really bring the energetics aspect to it, the consciousness aspect, and where in your own system, maybe is there blocks in your system that are maybe not creating like a forward motion? Is it a belief system or something within a chakra or an event that happened in your life that's creating a bit of trauma, so you can't really move forward? So we're going to move through some of that today. So I do one-on-one work. I do group work too. So we have a lot of collective themes. We can do a lot of release work in a group. It doesn't all have to be one-on-one. So we're going to tune in today, and we're going to work on everybody's in the room. You're all going to get some energy to move. And I'll just talk it through and just be present with you, and we're going to just move through energy that's here today. So it's not pre-planned. I get to just tune in and be with whatever's present and alive in the room right now. Okay? So take a nice deep breath. We're just going to tune in. Just really filling up your belly and your chest, and then exhaling and breathing out, grounding down through your feet and into your pelvis. So tuning into the crowd as I was sitting on the side, kind of watching the girls do their thing, I was really feeling a lot of kind of like pelvic root chakra energy. And I think this is all about really how we create abundance too. It's a lot about how do we feel in our rooting system, in that lower chakra of abundance, and where we create a foundation for ourselves, and money even comes in that root chakra. So we're going to take a nice deep moment here and just being able to really tune in. So at your tailbone, coccyx area, there is where the root chakra is anchored. So you're going to tune into that place in your body, and you're going to really even think of the color red. Just breathing into that color, that frequency that's available to you. The chakras have a correlation to the endocrine system. So the root chakra is really deeply connected to your adrenal glands. Those are the caps of glands just above, on top of your kidneys there. So they have a lot of stress hormone kind of activations there. And we don't really want that in business. We want to be able to bring like flow and relaxation and kind of do this business in a way that's not stressful, that it's grounded. The girls talked about the tree of life and being grounded in how we do this work. So this is really about that piece. So we're just going to take a moment here and pause and just kind of feel into your own root chakra. And feel into your own, if you can take your subtle senses, if it's through imagination of like visual or just kind of sensing into that energy center, sense into your own root and go, do I actually have roots growing out of my root chakra? Do they feel like they're just kind of baby roots? Do they feel like they're kind of coming really deep down? And they're kind of even like going down my legs? Are they even hitting the ground through and into the planet? So taking a moment for yourself and just sensing and imagining, use your imagination and see what is true for my body right now. I'm just sensing, can I get a little deeper? So what I'm sensing in a bit of a theme in the room is a belief system that some of you can carry. And if you are carrying this, we're gonna really break this down right now, where there is a belief that spirituality and money don't really equal. This doesn't belong in the same world. That's a belief system we're gonna actually just fragment out of your bodies right now. We're gonna blast those out so that it is not getting in your way. As we're blasting that out, I'm also going to be tuning into your limbic brain, where we have active memories that have made this idea possibly true for you. So just kind of breathing into a release of any memories or any kind of events that made you feel this way or believe this way. It's super subconscious. There's going to be a lot of things that were happening when you were young. So I'm inviting Saint Germain's violet flame to move through that part of your brain, that limbic brain, to just naturally transform and move through and burn up those old memories, those active places in the brain that no longer serve you. What I'm noticing now as we burn up those old memories is that I'm noticing the solar plexus of your body, which is just above your navel, below the diaphragm. That's wanting to expand. It's wanting to open up. And we're going to do this right now. This is actually happening in your body, this expansion at the solar plexus to allow you to be more empowered as you step forward in your business. Just feeling into that golden light at your abdomen. As I observe your solar plexus, I'm noticing the DNA strands. So tuning into your own DNA, we have very, very, very amazing DNA in our system. It's very multidimensional. And I'm noticing a lot of colors right now, as if the DNA strands in your systems are showing me a lot of rainbow. So full spectrum of healing and activation within the DNA strands to it's the essence that I'm feeling right now of like a different type of source energy coming through into gifting an energy into your DNA right now. Feeling that the people in this room are really here doing work for this highest purpose, for the light. And just from that, there is this like deserving energy that is being gifted to you from the light, straight into your DNA, as a blessing and a thank you and a gratitude from the other realm of thank you for being here. Thank you for being here on this planet, doing this big stuff, this big work. You can receive that through maybe some hands of your spirit guides, passing that into your DNA. There's this, I want to blast through this idea that people who are really spiritual or in this kind of work or really have to work really, really hard to get their abundance and to be in that deserving place. That's like just not true. And as I'm seeing these spirits coming through and like passing gifts into your DNA, I can just feel the truth of that we have so much on the other side of the realm that's ready and willing to help and to give you your gifts. The key here, when we look at the other side of the realm, because we are in a universe of free will, you have to give permission. They don't like to interfere if you don't ask, because you're here for free will. You get to make your life the way you want to. So right now, in your own body, in your own heart, give yourself permission for abundance. the word permission is extremely powerful and potent. It's a very deep activator. So stating right now, I give my body permission for abundance. I give my mind permission for abundance. I give my spirit permission for abundance. Breathing into that. We're going to really anchor those permissions into the three brains, which is the gut brain, that solar plexus, the heart brain, and that cranial brain, to work in collaboration with each other so they can work towards these permissions. Just that, you bust down so many walls just by giving yourself permission. So just breathing into that. Breathing into your heart space as you can feel your heart actually expand as you've given permission to your guides to come and actually be more interactive with your flow. Taking a second here, we're going to tune into your brain, your cranial brain, that left hemisphere, right hemisphere. I always love to bring a balance into the two aspects of your mind so that we can get your energy into the corpus callosum, that bridge between both hemispheres. So when you're in that place, you're in the zone. When we're in the zone, we actually can create more flowing action towards our goals. When we're in that place where we lose time, we lose even where we are, that comes from like this coherence between left and right hemispheres. So taking a second to breathe into that brain, you can even bring your hands to your head if that's helpful, just holding the hemispheres, and you're gonna imagine that they are connecting together, like holding hands and bridging the space between. You can even imagine that you're standing on that bridge between the two hemispheres. So you're actually just right above your heart space, but in the mind. And you're taking a few breaths here on this bridge. And when you can really feel yourself there, just imagine that a ladder drops down. And the ladder goes from that place of the brain right into your chest, into your heart. And when you're ready, you're going to imagine that you're going to climb down that ladder. And every time you climb down that ladder towards the heart, you're busting through a lot of blocks, belief systems, different emotions. Fear, perhaps. Just moving right past those. And when you get to your heart, just imagine opening up a door and stepping into that heart. And you're going to step into the right atrium of the heart in particular. The right atrium of the heart is a metaphysical house of the soul, as they say in Body Talk. So you're merging your mind with your soul right now. Really allowing your mind and the purpose of your soul to kind of come together in a really deep, deep activation of collaboration. The girls are talking about, competition or collaboration. We want collaboration. So not competing heart against mind and mind against heart. Bring that collaboration also into the space. And allowing that energy to now drop into your pelvis. It's almost like landing in your pelvis, like codes, information landing in your pelvis as a foundational self. Being this mind and heart collaboration, being the foundation of love life right now for you to step onto as you're creating a new version of yourself in business or whatever else you're up to. I'm breathing into the chest here. I'm noticing the heart meridian wanting to open up as you're feeding energy and chi into the heart space to, again, amplify and further let you to feel your purpose and actually have more of your purpose revealed to you. You might not even know what it is or what the full picture is yet. So I am setting up a bit of an activation for you for the next 7 days where this is going to get more and more revealed into yourself. You're going to have more ahas come through, perhaps more visions come through for yourself. That energy is wanting to drop into the brainstem and into those cranial nerves. Those are a highway of consciousness. Huge upgrade of consciousness happens at this place. Just breathing into the top of the neck there, at that brainstem, just inside kind of where that first cervical vertebrae is. We're going to imagine that we're expanding that first cervical vertebrae to give your brainstem a little bit more space, a little bit more breath, so that the energy can move and light up that area and the cranial nerves. This is like the branches of the tree of life. Beautiful. Just noticing back into that solar plexus, that third chakra up here. There's sub-chakras within the major chakras. So you can imagine the first chakra within the solar plexus, which is the root within that. So we're bringing some grounding energy into that place of power. So imagine that energy also gets a bit of red. It gets some roots so that your power can be grounded, that you can step into the world in a grounded way, that you can feel very confident in your own personal power and safe in your own personal power. There's an energy of wanting, of being, safe to be seen is coming up really clear right now. Safe to be seen. It is time to see you. We are ready to see you. We want to see you. There are so many gifts in this room. I can so feel it. And the world is finally, thank God, finally ready for them. We've waited a long time for these gifts to be, received by the world, and the time is now. And so the courage is kind of being asked right now to step forward. There's a big world to create, and we need everyone to help create it. So bringing that solar plexus energy, again, I'm going to activate the heart within the solar plexus. It's your own identity within your own power. What does your soul bring to your own personal power? We're going to really light that up. Even imagining your own name and lights in your own solar plexus. Really showing your body what you're looking for, what you're asking for, to be seen for this highest good of the planet, for humanity. Noticing the third eye energy kind of open up right now for everyone. To walk down your path of your purpose, we have to see the steps. Notice the lily pads to hop over or the garden stones to walk down. So just noticing and opening at the third eye. We don't need to see the whole thing. We just need to see maybe 2 or 3 steps ahead of us so we can just really be mindful with them and be present with the steps that we're on, being in the now with them. No rush. Just notice in your own mind's eye, what do you see for your path? And if you can see a path in front of you, just take that courageous effort to really anchor your feet onto that path. It might look a little different than it has before. We've brought some more energy onto it. And when you found your path, we're going to take a second here to get back in that beginning energy where we're looking and tuning into our root. And I was asking you, how deep do your roots go? Well, right now, when you've found the right path for you, let's get those roots really nice and deep. So just imagine that you're inviting your roots, giving permission for your roots to grow deeper, down through your legs, past your feet, into your path. Even deeper past your path, into the planet, heading towards the center of the planet. I'm going to invite you all through a very particular portal that goes to the center of the planet. That is a portal that goes, honestly, right back to the cosmos, right to the center of the earth. So going grounded in your energy to actually find your higher self at the center of the planet. Interesting direction, but it is there. We don't always have to go up to find our higher self. We can go down in the roots to find that aspect also from that cosmic energy. This is going to help in that grounded safety as you move forward on this path. Sensing even your spirit team, your angels, your guides around you as you're walking on this path, stepping forward on it. And this is when we ask for trust. I'd even encourage you to even put a blindfold on. Can you walk this path with that much trust? Can you be blindly led by your spirit guides or the feeling of your feet on a very particular surface and just do it step by step? We're going to bring that piece of trust and faith into the heart, but in the DNA also, into the layers of belief. Belief in yourself and belief in something higher that is guiding you. Yeah, noticing a beautiful white light around your pineal glands. So bringing that energy up to your brains, feeling a combination of the pineal gland and the crown chakra. We are going to bring an energy of growing the pineal gland, actually activating into a bit of growth. It's actually, they say it should be bigger than what we have right now. So let's tune into the blueprint that's available for the size of our pineal glands. We're going to encourage your pineal glands to get to that place and reach for that blueprint, even asking energy of your own body to decalcify if you need to. We're going to call that in. There's a permissions piece here again. So this is, again, sometimes when the body has a bit of a block, we use permission. So there's even another statement. I give my body permission for an activated pineal gland. And there's a bit of fear about that for some people in that subconscious mind, in that solar plexus of what happens when we get really big. Or is, do we lose people when we get really big? Am I going to shake up my whole world when I get really big? That's valid. But if you're in this room, then there's something about you that you're like, no, regardless of the fear or that shakeup of life, I'm going to just walk through that and push through that and see what's on the other side. Gosh, we had an earthquake today. Not wild. Life can sometimes feel like that when we're going through these activations and these stepping forwards into our purpose. It can feel like a bit of an earthquake, and a really big one. That wasn't a decent size, but we're still here, lit up and ready to create something big together after that shake. I just commend you all, and I'm just so, I just actually feel pride right now. I don't know you all personally, but for some reason I'm really noticing the energy of pride for the people that are here, that show up, who've come to these conferences and expos to expose themselves to new ideas and to find themselves in these places. So just big kudos. And let's take a minute here for yourselves, hands on your heart. And just breathing into this energy that you've created for yourself today, really integrating it into your body at all levels. Breathing into your feet, just being grateful for the path that you found for yourselves. And I'll invite my soul sisters up here whenever they're ready.
Does this work?
Wow. Thanks, Pam. So you can see that's how we do quantum business, because it's essential to go through an experience such as so you can tap into your best ideas, have the courage to go for them, and to realize that there is your tribe out there willing and wanting to help you. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here today and giving us your biggest currency, which is your time and your attention. We are upstairs. We would love to talk with you about your business ideas, or Pam, if you have any type of blocks or any activations you're looking for. Be the light and the love that the world needs right now. God bless.
Yes. Thank you, guys. And I just want to point out, if you do join the mastermind, you will be getting all three of us. So we will be doing quantum healing, as well as the business energetics and the business structure. So thank you all for doing the work and for being here and showing up.
Yes.
Yes, from our heart to yours. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We love you. All right, does anyone, I know we have a couple minutes. Does anyone have any questions? We have about 5 minutes here. So if anyone does,
feel free to come up.
Floor is yours. If not, we'd love to see you at the booth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And that's basically what's happened to me. I was a pharmacist. I was changing. I'm the ex-pharmacist online, and I was changing. I many years ago turned completely away from pharmacy and quit it. Gave up my license because technically I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So, but I also had trained spiritually, since my 20s, since I was very young, and I started out putting out medical stuff for people, but I also did spiritual healing as well, and energy healing, and it just, they went So that's like not where I started, but I felt drawn to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That it drew me that way.
Yeah. And I think that's all of our journeys, because oftentimes we do start somewhere, and just like, the journey, the mess that happens, you see the destruction of the pharmaceutical, field, and that draws you like, hey, there's a solution I can provide here, right? And that's your heart's calling. So the heart will never lead you wrong, right? If your heart's in it, if you're passionate about it.
But would you keep putting out the medical stuff or go where they want you to go with the spiritual stuff?
I think it doesn't matter where anyone wants you to go. It's where do you want to go?
Please everybody, like you said up there. I'm still trying to do both. And
Well,
What does your heart tell you?
I think there's
that's a good question. That's a really good question.
But I think it's also to know that you can work on your freedom plan or your passion plan while you're working your corporate job or whatnot. Like, I think it's a blessing to be able to go after your dreams on the path of the least amount of stress. Meaning, if you have a job that is paying the bills and doing the thing, and that gives you the opportunity to do it less stress. So you,
That's my job.
well, yeah, I think it doesn't come down to like what everyone expects of you. It's what do you expect of yourself. And we have, one life to live, or at least this one right here. So what do you want to spend your time doing? Because if it's in alignment with you, you will succeed. There is no wrong.
I'm feeling more drawn towards the. I'm learning more in the whole spiritual realm. The drugs and the herbal stuff is great, but I'm not growing as much as I am in the other realm.
Yeah, I think too, like the medical field, sometimes it can feel very confining, and it's like, can we fix the system if the system is working how it's designed to? And the fact that it keeps people sick in a way, and it does provide band-aids in some ways, and I'm not saying all medicine, but you know what I mean, what we're talking about. So, it's beautiful when people can go into their communities, go into their work environments and be that change already, but sometimes it can feel like exhausting because it's set up a certain way. So, beautiful Pam here, she was an RMT. I studied kinesiology, I was going into the chiropractic field, but then I pivoted, and it's so beautiful. And I've asked God, the angels, I'm like, why did I pivot? Right? I was going over here and I pivoted. It's because my mission is to help healers create the abundance. So if I went just and became a healer or chiropractic like I thought I was going to, I wouldn't be able to do what my soul calling is. So I had to be willing in myself to trust that process and to stand in it. And same with Pam, she just let go of her RMT license for over 20 years. Yeah. And so that even is scary, right? You're letting go of this license as security. It keeps people coming through your doors, keeps your, your financial abundance. And it's like to go off and to be able to say, I bet on myself. I know I can make it happen for myself. And if I don't know something, I'll find someone who has the solutions and I'll figure it out, because everything is figure outable.
And I do believe that your vibe attracts your tribe, and what is meant for you will never pass you by. And, on what timeline is it that it's not growing as fast as it should, right? Like, who's writing the book that says it needs to happen by this time or what, I really believe that if you truly have your heart in wanting to do the spiritual side of things, if that's something that you can take the time to do thoroughly, and that's something you can wake up and go to work for, and you're willing to take the time it needs to build up the momentum, to gain the awareness, to build the community, if you build it, they will come, and then it makes it worth it. But it's something that, if it's something that you wake up to and you're like, this is just so draining, I'm not enjoying the process, but the people want me here, like, fuck the people. Like, you need to live a life that you enjoy, right? So it really does come down to, what is your heart saying? What is your calling? What do you want to do? And then on what timeline do you feel like things need to be done like this? Like, perhaps that's the lesson that's there for you, is to let go and detach from what you feel the expectation of the outcome should be by when, and release that and just enjoy the journey.
As far as, it monetized in 30 days. So
Oh yeah, so that's great. And so that's
Calling that abundance.
yeah.
more than I ever dreamt in my wildest dreams. So, but
Yeah.
it's more of a thing. That's why I'm saying it's pulling me.
Yeah.
I've got all these people pulling me in this direction. But you make a really good point, because you helped me clarify a lot, because I'm kind of feeling that people don't want to know the truth about the health stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to know that you don't need to take pills. You don't need to take, you need to eat right. You need to stop eating meat. You got, do all this stuff, and they don't want to hear about any of the things they
Change is hard.
to heal themselves.
Mhm.
So, and change is, it's very
So if you really believe in your vision and your mission, you scream it loud and proud, and those that are meant for you will come, and those that are not will go. And that's
You walk through that fire of fear, and you will be transformed, and you got the other side, and it's right there for you. So just walk right through that
Yeah.
thing, and you're good.
But we're being given the 1 minute finger right now. So if you'd like to
We'll
continue
wrap it
this
up.
upstairs, we would love to continue this conversation.
Yes, thank you guys all for
Thank
being
you
here.
so much,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Make sure you stick around for Jason Shirka. Is that so cool? He's speaking after us.
Yes,
Woo!
unified healing and the
Yes.
EE systems. We love all of that. We'll pick up our hundreds now.
All right, hit it, maestro. Music. Bow.
Tulum vibes.
Yes, Mike.